right now. This is News 6, getting results.
Right now, a mass shooting investigation in the heart of downtown Orlando. Police saying 8 people were shot, 2 of them killed, after a 17-year-old opened fire in the busy bar district. Good morning on your Friday. It is 6 a.m. I'm Crystal Moyer. Bridget has the day off. We'll get to your weather and traffic in just a moment. But first, we want to get straight to our News 6 anchor, Steve Montiero, live from Orlando Police Headquarters. And for those of you just now joining us, Steve, you got an update from the police chief about an hour ago, and police actually showed surveillance footage from that scene.
That's right, Crystal. Look, this is the one thing you and I, even on the desk yesterday, talked that we did not want to happen. And it's the exact same thing that all our law enforcement leaders in Central Florida have been preaching over the past few days. But last night, we did have what we are calling a mass shooting, a 17-year-old suspect opening fire on a crowd all over the place there, 2 separate locations, and we do have video from last night, and we can show you that right now. What you're seeing here is those shots being rung out on security footage in that area. There were 2 separate areas of a shooting scene, and people just started running all throughout downtown. Then on body camera video, you see Orlando Police Department officers that were out there working the security detail identify the shooter and take this suspect to the ground. The crowd there last night was absolutely insane, with thousands of people visiting downtown Orlando. I can tell you from experience, I have been to a Halloween celebration years ago, and I can only imagine that it has gotten way, way bigger over the years. Now, Chief Smith did have some words to talk about during a press conference earlier this morning.
Can you speak to the degree your law enforcement officers were acting? That law enforcement officer sees the suspect, identifies them, and immediately takes him to the ground. Kind of talk the mindset of what your law enforcement officers are encountering in downtown Orlando.
So, in downtown Orlando, but throughout the whole city, and throughout anywhere with law enforcement officers, they're always trained, they're always ready to act. As soon as they heard the shots fired, you can watch any of these videos. None of the officers, went the other way. They didn't go with the crowd. Most of them, got a little bit of cover between them. They started scanning, seeing what was going on, and then they moved. They took action to keep everybody else safe, and that's what these officers do, and that's their job, and they did it, and I'm very proud of them.
You heard it right there from Orlando Police Chief Eric Smith. He is proud of his law enforcement officers.
There's the book of Psalms 94 and 16. Who will raise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And to that we like to say, Kal Halayam, La Allah Yanawa Yahweh Ba'ashem Rashayim, Ba'ashem Makakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of greatness to who dwell in Shalom, unto the brothers that push in his works in truth and in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and Shalom unto the few and faithful Aquatium, who is the singer lyric. Yes, is your brother Karatiza in the GMS 40 by Wishan Camp of Trinidad and Tobago. Alright, do not show listener. This video will be titled Love Me Some Halloween They Say. Alright, because pertaining to the Jakes, they always want to be in everything. They always want to be in every shit, and getting themselves caught up. And as you can see in the news in terms of what took place, right? And it's actually what I believe is Jake as well is who did it, right? The 17-year-old, right? If anybody know and you come on board, you could always you could always correct me if I'm wrong on this part, and yeah. And Jakes, always want to be partakers in everything. These kind of things, you leave those things. You leave those things for the he done. Alright? because these, these Halloween, these Halloween, events, they are a lot of, you know, the whole aura, the whole vibe is just, wicked, of the things that they are just portraying. All right. And since I started to talk on this topic, all the time I wasn't yawning, but now I'm suddenly just yawning a lot. You know how it goes, right? So so who will stand up against me for the workers of the iniquity? All right. Um, Psalms 94 120, it says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which form mischief by law, right? Which form mischief by law. So you see what they do. They cause mischief. And I um also heard that somewhere in one of the states, um where it had a guy, he was dressed up in a Grim Reaper costume, and he was stabbing people. He ended up stabbing like multiple people, and it wasn't they was not able to find him. All right. So a lot of people, around these times, does have a lot of evil thoughts and so forth, you know. And but this is why, down fact, they just leave that, for the heathens, and Jakes just like to be in everything, even in fucking Diwali. You never see a, a, um, a Hindu wear a African um dress, or African, or a male wearing African gown for emancipation, right? I just using that as an example, right? You never seen them wear a African garment yet. Well, me, I never see them wear African garment yet. And if it is so, it is very, very rare, right? But most of these in these workplaces, hey, you have to put on an Indian garment. You have to put on an Indian garment. You understand? And that just to show you how low our people are, right? Because we was bring to a low state, right? But all of that is going to change very soon, right? Um, let's get um, let's get wisdom of Solomon, right? Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 15. They say, where partly vexed with monstrous Apatryon, and partly fainted, the heart feeling them, yeah, with the heart, when it say, and it goes back into that, which mean they were afraid, right? They are afraid with fear, because, and this is why, we basically are where we are today, because Yahweh Hashem Yeshua was here today, because we have been going off continuously, and for the same very reason, right? So when he's sending judgment upon you, right? When he sent with a judgment upon you, right? But to have, men with like the heart feel him, right? Because there was so much within fear. But when the judgment come, right? For the sudden fear and not looked for came upon them, right? Verse 16. So then whosoever they fell down was strictly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars. All right. Let's go to second Esdras. 9 and 9. All right, this is the book of second Esdras 9 and 9. All right, it reads, then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. All right. So you see, because they'll be in terror. They'll be in terror because these wickedness that they do. When Yahweh Shai come, and he pour out his spirit, and also going into the scriptures also mention that they are spirit created for vengeance. Right? So it's two ways. Spirit created for vengeance, and also when their fear cometh. Right? And this is this second Esdras 9 and 9. It goes into that sword, Yahweh Shai sword. Right? And verse 10. Verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefit and have not known me. Yeah. Yeah. They have not known Yahweh Shai. And there have times, that they would have times where they will hear about it, but they choose to refuse. But they choose to refuse this word. So this is why, when they partaking in all these things, they're just building the judgment with even more. Alright? Do work. Let's get Isaiah 58, right, and verse 1. Right? This is why, when we out on the streets, we would we blowing that trumpet spiritually, would we cry aloud and we spare not. Right? Because for the truth is the truth, and it can't do nothing for the truth. You understand? Because jigs, a lot of jigs are just damn head stubborn, and and they're not gonna listen. So this is why things are just going to keep happening to them all the time. Right? Spirits are going to jump on them and all these things. Because why? Because you're partaking in something that you're not supposed to be partaking in of. Right? This is Isaiah 58 and 1. It says, cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Right? House of Jacob their sins. Yeah. And we show them that week in, week out, day and night, through the highways, through the unicorn, which is the internet, like the mainstreams like YouTube and other platforms. Right? But they don't want to happen. Right? They want to love me some Halloween. Right? So these jigs are just gonna be keep getting more wicked and just keep going on every single day. Alright? Alright. This is Ephesians 6 and 11. It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that he may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Alright? Change the wiles of the devil. But no, we all don't want this armor. You all don't want to put on this armor. You all don't want to. These wicked two-thirds don't want to. Right? They don't want it. So that's why when these things come up, when these things come upon you, which you're not protected in any form, right? They devour you. You end up pining out. You will end up being pined away, and being pined away is not a very nice thing. Being pined away, is very gruesome as well, right? Right? Mm. You know. So I hope that this lesson was edifying. And to that, I'd like to say Kal Halayam, La Alahayanawa, Yahweh Bashim Rashai, Bashim Kakodash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, Shalom, and to the brothers that pushing his works in truth and in sincerity, to all the four corners of the earth, and Shalom to the Aquatium who is listening and learning. This is a brother Kratiza. Until next time, Shalom.